Psychology says that when a person finally gives up on dating, they haven't actually lost. In fact, they have reached a level of emotional maturity that most people spend their entire lives trying to achieve. In a world that equates your worth with your relationship status, the person who chooses to stop searching is often seen as a mystery. Society views them with a mixture of pity and confusion. They think you are jaded, bitter, or simply too difficult to love. But they are looking at the situation through an outdated lens. If you have reached the point where you've deleted the apps, stopped the forced small talk, and walked away from the dating market entirely, you aren't experiencing a failure. You are experiencing a graduation. You have moved from a state of romantic scarcity into a state of deluxe solitude. Today, we are going to explore the 6 psychological reasons why the most self-aware and emotionally intelligent people are choosing to stay single. We are going to deconstruct the peace of your own company and why for some people, the cost of a relationship has become far too high. 1. You have developed high-level pattern recognition. Most people spend their lives repeating the same romantic mistakes. They move from one toxic situation to another, hoping that the next person will magically be different. They are caught in what psychologists call the gambler's fallacy, the belief that because they've lost so many times, they are due for a win. But you've run the numbers. You have looked at the modern dating landscape, the ghosting, the breadcrumbing, the casual lies, and the situationships, and you have realized that the game is rigged. Your brain has analyzed the return on investment for your emotional energy and decided that the market is too volatile. You aren't scared of love. You are simply too smart to keep betting your peace on people who haven't done the work to deserve it. You see the red flags before the first date is even over, and instead of trying to fix them, you simply walk away. 2. You have zero tolerance for the performance. Modern dating is no longer about connection, it is about marketing. It is a world of curated profiles, staged photos, and performative personalities. Most people are more interested in who you are on paper than who you are in your quietest moments. Psychology shows that as we become more self-aware, our tolerance for inauthentic behavior drops to nearly zero. If you have given up on dating, it's likely because you can no longer stand the mask. You don't want to perform for someone's approval, and you don't want to sit through someone else's scripted conversation. You would rather be completely alone, in your own truth, than sit through a shallow dinner with a person who is only looking for a reflection of themselves. You crave depth, and when the world only offers surface-level noise, you choose the silence instead. 3. You have achieved emotional self-sovereignty. The biggest secret in psychology is that most people use a partner as a social pacifier. They are terrified of their own thoughts, so they need a constant stream of external validation and distraction to feel okay. They stay in relationships they hate because the alternative, sitting in a room alone, is a nightmare they can't face. But you have built an internal power plant. You have learned how to regulate your own emotions, celebrate your own wins, and process your own grief. Once you realize that you are a complete person on your own, the need for a partner vanishes. It is replaced by a want. And when that want isn't met with a person of absolute integrity and value, you return to your own sovereignty. You don't look for a mirror in others to see your own worth. You know who you are in the dark, and that makes you untouchable. 4. You have reclaimed your mental bandwidth. Think about the sheer cognitive drain of modern dating. The endless checking for a notification, the analyzing of a text message's punctuation, the wondering why they went active but didn't respond, the constant negotiation of your schedule, your habits, and your physical space. People who have given up on dating have reclaimed that bandwidth. They have taken a massive amount of energy and channeled it back into their own lives. They are building businesses, mastering hobbies, traveling the world, and deepening their friendships. They have discovered that there is a specific kind of freedom that only comes when you are the sole architect of your day. There is no one to argue with about the thermostat, no one to judge your morning routine, no one to drain your bank account or your battery.
You have realized that your life is moving forward at a much faster pace now that you aren't dragging someone else's drama behind you. 5. You refuse to participate in the devaluation of the soul. The dating app culture has turned human beings into commodities. We have been trained to treat people as disposable because we believe there is always another option just 1 mile away. This creates a psychological environment of chronic dissatisfaction. No matter who someone is with, they are always looking over their shoulder to see if they can upgrade. If you have opted out, it is because you value human connection too highly to treat it like a shopping trip. You understand that true intimacy requires time, loyalty, and a shared history, things that the current dating market has no interest in. You aren't too picky. You are simply unwilling to offer your soul up to someone who is only looking for a temporary distraction. You have reached a stage where you would rather preserve the sanctity of your energy than give it to someone who doesn't even know how to value themselves. 6. You have discovered the peace of one's own company. This is the final and most powerful trait. There is a specific kind of silence that only exists in a home where there is no conflict. It is a deluxe solitude. It's the feeling of waking up and knowing that your day is entirely yours. It's the absence of the second guessing that comes with a partner who is inconsistent. Society calls this loneliness, but those who live it know it's actually peace. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being alone.
You have learned the difference. You have realized that your peace is non-negotiable. You have reached a point where a partner isn't just someone to have around. They are someone who must be significantly more peaceful than the silence you've worked so hard to create. If they cannot meet that standard, they simply don't get access to your life. If you are watching this and you are one of these people, the ones who have stopped searching and started living, I want you to know that you are not failing at life. You are actually succeeding at the most difficult task there is, becoming your own best friend. You aren't waiting for your life to begin when you meet someone. Your life is happening right now, in all its quiet, beautiful, and sovereign glory. You have realized that giving up on the wrong thing is the only way to gain the right thing, your self-respect. But there is a specific moment that happens to all of us, a single turning point where the fear of being single is replaced by a massive wave of relief. It's the moment you finally realize that your own company was the prize you were searching for all along. I want to hear from the ones who have opted out, the ones who have found their own deluxe solitude. Look at your life right now. Think back to that final realization. What was the exact moment or the specific last straw that made you realize you were finally done with the dating game? Was it a bad date? A long period of ghosting? Or just a quiet Tuesday where you realized you were happier alone than you ever were with anyone else? Scroll down and leave a comment below. Describe that piece of your own company. Not for the algorithm, but for the thousands of other people who are currently feeling guilty for being single. Your story might be the very thing that helps someone else stop feeling unlucky and start feeling powerful. Comment below, what was the moment you chose your peace over the chase?